Okidoki. So, Fungus and Iron is an interesting one. The first chapter had some high praise when it was recommended by the author of Attack on Titan and the artist of Blue Lock. When you have big name mangaka telling people to read your manga, you gotta expect something interesting. The first chapter got translated, then radio silence from the scanlators as Black Cat scans shut down. And the manga went on hiatus before it reached 10 official chapters because the mangaka went on maternity leave. Well, at the time of making this video, I think they just came back. I hope everything's going well on their side, and we've just got the first official volume, so let's talk about it. Basic synopsis: Dante lives in this military dystopia called Amigasa. While everyone is following orders to a T, Dante wonders about what the world is like beyond the walls of his base. One day he's drafted for a special operation to fight Aoife, the enemy of Amigasa. One thing leads to another, and he meets a female member of Aoife called Aoi. He discovers Amigasa has been brainwashing all their citizens, but Dante's dyslexia made him less susceptible to their treatment, thus starting Dante's story as his path begins to divert. I'll only be talking about the stuff from the first book, so warning as I will get into spoilers for this volume. If you understand, then let's continue. Dante's definitely an interesting protagonist. As someone that was partly brainwashed all his life, he's slowly coming to terms with things like empathy, as he realizes how Amigasa treats all of its soldiers. He's very curious and outgoing, which is to his detriment when standing out gets you shot in the head. The only reason he has survived for so long is due to his abnormal strength, which Amigasa thought was a waste to just paint over the pavement. He's very blunt with expressing how he feels, which makes him the worst spy, as he's already had to be bailed out twice after joining Aoife, but it's honestly kind of refreshing. He hugs a cute girl for the first time in his life, and now he's ready to fight tyranny. I'm definitely not bored following his journey of self-discovery. The actual environment itself is pretty interesting as well. The outside world is filled with mushrooms that can be used to control the masses, like the zombie fungus that controls ants and spies video games. The fungus itself can also be controlled by humans after ingesting a special pill that allows you to synthesize the fungus into different metals. Hence the title, Fungus and Iron. It's like Minecraft, you mine and craft. Going back to the pill, these were made by Amigasa themselves, and then stolen by Aoife. It seems Amigasa has some very advanced science, along with some mysterious abilities. You'll see in the first chapter, when Dante was on his mission to fight Aoife, the way they were taken out was very unusual. After the enemy soldiers had been cornered, placing Aoife's back against the walls, we watched as a rock, blown by the wind, hits a branch that was sticking out of the cliffside, causing the entire thing to collapse and have boulders perfectly land on each insurgent. And then to keep Amigasa Mysterious's abilities a secret, they opened the ground beneath the soldiers' feet, sacrificing their own men to maintain confidentiality. The big question is, how the heck did all this happen? Does Amigasa control nature? It kind of looks like probability was also manipulated during this scene. We're not too sure, but I imagine there's much more to this universe than we've seen in the first volume. We also got to talk about how brutal this is. We can't have a dystopia without torture. Dante simply chats with one of his fellow soldiers, and because he keeps questioning why they do what they do, his buddy starts to feel a doubt growing in his mind and decides to eat lead instead. Then we witness a captured Aoife agent get ripped in two in front of all of Amigasa. It's not a family-friendly manga. People are going to paint the walls with what we've already seen for the action. We've got some interesting abilities as well coming from the metal pills I mentioned earlier, so it's going to be cool to see how they decide to do their next human anatomy lesson. I'm definitely invested to see more. We've only just been introduced to some of the Aoife members, the ones that have the seemingly interesting abilities. So with the mangaka now carrying one less human, I assume she's given birth already? The Japanese can't be so workaholic that she took a maternity leave and then came back in the middle of it, right? Well, whatever is going on, I don't know what's happening with her, but I hope she and her child are doing well, and I can't wait to see more from Fungus and Iron. Thanks for watching. I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below, along with any video requests. Like and subscribe for more content. I've linked where you can purchase it on Bookwalker, but you can go to your preferred seller if you want physicals. Let me know if there's a manga, story, or movie you would like me to cover. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.